Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I have a new device with me today. It looks like a gun, but yeah, I've had this microphone for 2 years and I've never used it. Apologize if the audio quality is meh, but we'll learn. In this video, I wanted to check in on New Year's resolutions. We're a little over halfway through the year now, coming on August, so more than half. Maybe 2/3 of the way through the year. But I wanted to make this video for two reasons. Number one was to let you guys know that New Year's resolutions are achievable if you set the correct goals in the right way and strive towards those throughout the rest of the year. And the second reason I wanted to hold myself accountable, I don't look at these goals every day. In fact, I probably come across them maybe once a month because it's in the same journal that I journal in. But I figure checking in at this point in the year, checking in general, would help me accomplish some of these goals before we close out 2023. So these goals are in this journal that I got from school. I got this freshman year. They were handing them out in the COVID cafeteria where we got takeout lunches. And I've had it ever since. So this is about a 3-year-old journal now with lots of random stuff in here. It has class of 2024 on the cover, which is the year I was supposed to graduate college. And now we're not so sure what year that's going to be. And I'm not going to share every single goal that I've written down because some things are personal and I'd like to keep them that way. But we'll open this to the page in which I set my goals. I feel like I should do a how-to journal type video for people who are interested in my logic around it. Yeah, first we'll go over some of these big goals. Second, we'll check in on how I'm doing when it comes to some of these goals. So number one, well, to start off, I titled this 2023 goals I will accomplish. I already had the idea in my head that these goals will eventually be completed in 2023. I think a lot of times people set unattainable goals or goals in general that they're not going to actually strive towards. It's just easy for them to say. But when it comes to me setting goals, I often try to set realistic expectations that I can see myself achieving and working towards for the next year. All of these are 1-year goals. It's good to have goals set out in different time frames. So I should actually write goals that are longer term or even shorter term. My number one goal is to make $10,000 a month. I got pretty close to that this year, but not quite there yet. But I am proud of myself. 1 year ago, I think I was making half as much money as I was now. So I'm definitely making strides to get there. I'm just not quite at that level yet. That comes from multiple streams of income. It's not just like my job, content creation, or whatever else. That income comes from a few sources. Number two is to read 1 book a month. I think I've been pretty spot on that goal. There are months where I've read much more books than other months. This month, I don't think I've read any books so far, so I'm behind that goal. I think net on average, I'm at that goal, but I definitely should get back into it. I'm just trying to figure out whether I prefer audiobooks or real books more. I even read this strategy where you should do both at the same time. That's probably something I should experiment with. So we're falling behind a little bit on that one. But number 3 is $100,000 net worth. I think maybe this was an unrealistic 1-year goal. There's also the fact I don't even make $100,000 in 1 year, so it would be impossible to get there anyway. I could see this being a few years out goal. Maybe this one was a little bit unrealistic. Still happy that that's a goal of mine. Number 3 is self-care, to take care of myself. When I left school last year for a few months, I was pretty stagnant in my life in a self-care respect. I think when it came to career, socially, whatever, I was moving forward. But when it came to taking care of myself, I really fell behind on that. But I can say now that I do a lot of self-care activities. In here specifically, I put diet, skincare, and gym. In eating healthier over the last year, I do put more effort into taking care of my body and my skin. I did get a gym membership. I try to go at least 3 days a week. It's a little bit hard not living by my gym now and just how hectic and crazy and packed my schedule is in New York. Those aren't excuses. I'm still relatively keeping up with that goal. Could definitely be doing a little bit more. into the gym over some other activities. I've seen friends twice this year, once in February and once last month when I stopped at home. I definitely want to see friends a little bit more. Maybe my goal should be 4 times a year. And these are like out-of-state friends, my friends in California who are still in school and might not necessarily have the time to come out to New York. So mostly like visiting friends. I could add family in there, but yeah, just keeping up with people important to me in my life and taking the time and energy, going out of my way to maintain those relationships. Next goal is to run a half marathon, which I'm very proud I can say I accomplished. I set this goal because my parents used to do half marathons in their like 40s, and I had never run a half marathon in my life. I was a Division I athlete, had never run as much as my parents, who were like way older than me, and who I trained in my own sport way more than. So I just wanted to really just show myself that I could do it after being inspired by my parents. And the story is, this is when I was living in San Francisco for the first 2 months of the year. One day I went to sleep and I told myself, tomorrow you're running a half marathon. No training, maybe like some runs at the gym, but my goal, and I wouldn't recommend anybody just goes and raw dogs a half marathon. My goal was just to do it, just to, no matter how fast it was, no matter if I needed to stop, just to keep going and show myself that I could do it and just get it out of the way. And I did. And I'm, very proud of myself for doing that. And piggybacking off of that goal, the next one was to run a full marathon, which I need to train for. I should probably come up with a plan to get there. But that is another big goal for the year. Next goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think I changed this. Okay, the next one is 1 YouTube video a week. I think the second one I've started to really keep up with now. My goal has been 1 video a week. I think after enough weeks where I do 1 video, I can do 2. I think I did 2 last week. And I think that's definitely manageable for me now that I'm starting to like processize the types of videos I want to create and just start getting these out there. And as I make more of these, they get easier and faster to create. So I think I can definitely do 1 to 2 videos a week, probably 2 towards the end of the year, and as I get better at this. 100K on YouTube I think will come as long as I put the time, effort, and energy into these videos. Next is manage finances. I think I've done this pretty well. Been making very different salary amounts over the last year and having to budget accordingly. So I think I've definitely done well at managing my finances, and my money's been going up instead of going down or staying the same amount. Money's just also one of those things that I don't want to think about. I just want to like set it and forget it, like budget accordingly and not have to think about money all the time, because I think that can be very stressful and harmful to you mentally. This next one's pretty vague. It's go to sleep early and wake up early. I think in this stage of my life, it's pretty hard to do in regards to how different my schedule is every day. So maybe I should rethink that goal. Next goal is to experience nature and find peace. Not sure what I was thinking on that. I have been making it an effort to be around nature more often. I think I was particularly inspired when I was in Japan and just saw how serene the landscape and country is, that I've been making more of an effort to get out. Mostly end up in Central Park because it's one of the only places in the city you can forget you're in the city. It's beautiful there. It's warm now. Maybe I should change this goal to just being around nature once a week. Next one I crossed out for some reason. It was learn to code. I think it's just because I haven't had the bandwidth or interest. I think it was more of a goal as like a skill. I just haven't found ways to make it interesting enough for me yet to take the leap and really dive in and work hard towards that goal. And the last goal I have on this list, I think I'll add one more that I've ideated just by making this video. But the last one on this list I've already written down is to maintain my Duolingo streak. Before I went to Japan this year, I really wanted to learn a little bit of the language so I could understand what's going on. I got a base level of greetings and saying please and thank you and ordering and whatever. But I definitely do want to learn another language. I don't know if that will be Japanese or Spanish first, because I did grow up learning a lot of Spanish. Yeah, it's a very small goal right now just to maintain a Duolingo streak, and lately that's been with Spanish. In fact, I recently did hit the 100-day streak mark, which was an accomplishment for me. So just planning on keeping that going and keeping that goal small until I can really build on top of it and set a bigger goal. But I think the last goal that I want to add that isn't officially on this list, but I'll write it down after this video, is to just inspire others, inspire my audience on this platform of YouTube to pursue what they're passionate about, figure out what they're passionate about first of all, and pursue that thing. One of the great things about moving to New York, I don't know if it's just the people that I'm around, but I found my peers to be very open and honest. Maybe it's my age too, but being very open and honest about how they feel when it comes to like career, friends, relationships, whatever. So many people I've met in the last year have just been so real that I really just want to inspire, push, and like be helpful in any way I can to get people to really pursue what they're interested in. Like, you only have one life. You might as well do the things you want to do and follow your dreams, as corny as it sounds. I think that would be the last goal I would put on this list, to inspire others to follow their dreams. YouTube is one of those things for me. I grew up watching so many YouTubers, and where I always dreamt of ultimately being a YouTuber myself. And you know, I didn't think I could do it. I grew up making Minecraft videos because that was a passion of mine, playing the game with my friends. But now I'm here. I've built an audience of 1 million people on TikTok, which isn't necessarily YouTube, for one, and two, not necessarily the type of content I did want to be making. But I think it allowed me to believe in myself that I could build an audience around myself, and I'm just excited to see where this goes. So to wrap up, check in on your New Year's resolutions. Even if you don't remember what your resolutions are now, set new ones, write them down, and work towards them. Check in every day, every week, every month, and just work towards that goals. Just keep them in your head, or remind yourself consistently of what those are, and take steps to achieve them. I think they should be realistic, but not necessarily too easy. There's some sort of middle ground that you can reach, and you'll figure out where that is. But this is your sign to set some goals and chase your dreams. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Hopefully this mic didn't sound too bad. Peace.